All right, boom. Happy Friday, everybody. LT is in the building. Thank you so much for joining me on a Friday night for my Friday night webinar series. We get together with new authors, old authors, prospective authors, anybody who's a writer and wants to get their message out into the world. We meet every Friday night at 6 p.m. and we kind of talk about what we're doing, what's going well, and what we can share with the world. So thank you so much for joining us. This is going to be an amazing time. I went ahead and put a question in the chat. The question is, how many Zoom meetings have you been on, like per day throughout this week? Go ahead and put a number in the chat while you're listening to me so you guys don't get bored and fall asleep. I want to see, how many Zooms have you been to this week? Tonight you're going to meet Mr. Jeremiah Fullerton. He's an author, educator, and he's a teaching abroad expert. He is the author of this book, Working and Studying Abroad, and he talks about exactly that, the experience of a teacher working and studying abroad. So you guys are going to hear from him tonight. I want you to go ahead and put some questions in the chat. If you guys have questions already, that would be amazing. So that way he can get straight into it and start answering your questions. There's a couple of house rules. I'm going to go over the house rules. I'm going to talk about who's in the house. You're going to hear from Jeremiah. We're going to do some elevator speeches if we have time, and we're definitely going to do some question and answer. So if we go a little bit over, that's okay. I try to not go past about 7:15-ish. So if you have to go and it's 7:05, that's okay. Just know that you're going to miss the group photo because I'm all about social media. I'm all about promotion, marketing, sales. So I always like to do a group photo at the very end. But if you don't want to do that, feel free to go ahead and just right at the end when we get to the Q&A, once we ask you your question, answer your question, go ahead and leave if you have to leave. But just know that we're here. It's going to be a fun party. It's Friday night, and I appreciate you guys being here. All right, so here are some of the house rules, okay? So the first thing is, please go ahead and participate in the chat box. If you have a question, put it in the chat box. Somebody's coming in right now. If you actually just have an observation, if you learn something, if you have an aha moment, please put it in the chat. Like, I want the chat to be blowing up on fire, out of control, you guys, okay? But as you see the little lady with her red glasses, she's in the library trying to read. We are authors, and I do want us to respect the speakers. So please, as the speakers are speaking, put your comments, questions, everything, affirmations, put them in the chat, because I want everybody to be seen and everybody to be heard, but I do want the information to come across clear. And so go ahead and make sure that everything is happening in the chat while we are presenting. Is that all right? Put an okay in the chat if you think that those rules are fair. Okay, Stephanie Thomas says, I've been on 8 Zoom meetings. Cesar said, I've been on 1. Diego says, yes, sir, but I just, for some states, I mean no for all the people who live in the USA. Then we have someone that wrote Chinese characters and they say hi. And then we have Jeremiah says, okay. Stephanie says, okay. Okay. All right, so we're all okay. Kelvin's okay, we're okay. Awesome. Zane is my guest. Welcome, Zane. Welcome to the building. I wish I could speak Chinese, but you guys are going to teach me tonight. So next time I see Zane, I'm going to say hi in Chinese. I think I know one word, sheshe. I think that's thank you. That's all I know, though. I'm going to practice more later. All right. So these are my core beliefs. My company is LT, Coaching and Educational Services. I have core beliefs that I teach all my clients. The first one is that distractions are roadblocks. And as writers and authors and speakers and educators, we have the task of managing and trying to control distractions. My second core belief is that you can control your distractions. So as we are talking and we're going through the learning process tonight, Please minimize distractions, and that is why we have the chat box open. Values. I value your time, your energy, and your money. You guys are spending an hour with me tonight, and I really appreciate that. And so if you stay till the very, very, very end, I have some free ebooks, some free digital downloads, some free resources for you guys. If you are interested, put in the chat what you would like to receive. Would you like to get a free digital download? Would you like to get a free ebook? Let me know what are some of the things that you need in terms of resources, and I have some free goodies that I'm going to give you at the end, because I do value your time, your energy, and your money. Some of you guys have spent money with me, and I appreciate that too. Okay, so tonight I'm already over my time. I'm supposed to be done talking at 6:10. But then I gave myself a little buffer. You see that. Jeremiah is going to be talking from 6:20 to 6:40. We're going to practice elevator speeches for those of you that are entrepreneurs. I am all about networking and giving people the opportunity to use my platform as an ability to connect and unite with other people. My toes don't get stepped on. I don't worry about stuff like that. Your customers are my customers. If you have a product or a service that my people could benefit from, then by all means, please share. And I don't have a problem with that. So just be open. If you would like to do an elevator speech, you can. If you don't want to do an elevator speech, you don't have to. There's no pressure. 6:45 to 7, we're going to do a Q&A. Again, it will make it much more smooth if you could go ahead and put all your questions in the chat box. That way, as Jeremiah is doing his presentation, I can go ahead and read the questions and make sure that he's aware of what questions are coming up. And he's paying attention to the chat box too. So it makes it smooth, it makes it organized, it makes it time efficient, it makes it learning efficient if you use the chat. I cannot stress how much the chat is important. And somebody's audio just came on, so please mute yourself. We're going to turn everybody's audio off, everybody's picture off until the end of the presentation. Then we will talk as a group with the audio on and with the camera on. All right, so that's kind of tonight's schedule. Who am I? I am LT, in the place to be. You need resources, call me. I'm an author, teacher, I'm a course creator, I'm a YouTuber. I do a lot of different things, but it all started in 2017 when I put my first book out into the world. This is my first book. It's called Secrets from My Closet, Unveiling the Past to Heal in the Future. And the things that I talk about in this book are very, very personal to me. I talk about anxiety, I talk about depression, I talk about panic attacks, I talk about childhood trauma, like all the things that ever bothered me that I wrote in my diary, I put in that book, and I just threw it out just to see if anybody was interested. And lo and behold, people were calling me from different cities and different states and asking me, can I interview you? Can I talk to you? Can I ask you some questions? One lady said, can I use you as a case study for my research paper? Because I'm getting my degree in psychology and I want to do a case study on somebody that has dealt with depression, like a real live person that has actually dealt with depression. I was like, sure. So that first interview led me to many other opportunities. And this picture was taken in the library where I attended an author event, and I was invited to go ahead and sell my books and tell my story. And so that kind of launched me into a career, an extra career on the side. And so that is pretty much how I started my company, was just by sharing my own book. And then other people asked me to help them with their books. And so that turned into a coaching opportunity. And then it just went on and on and on and on. So what I have to say to you authors, aspiring authors, new authors, expand your mind. Jeremiah is going to give you some really mind-blowing information to get you guys to expand your thinking. But I want you to realize that everything happens from your first book on, because your first book is your introduction to the world. The world gets to see you for who you are, and they get to know you, like you, and trust you. And then that's where you get to start selling products. People have to know you, like you, and trust you in order to spend money with you. So that's one thing I want you to take away from tonight. And I also want you to realize that everything starts with that first book. All right. So this first book led me into public speaking. I'm a teacher, so I've always been public speaking, but now I'm doing more speaking in different avenues, different areas, different arenas. It led me into my YouTube channel. I create YouTube channel or videos for people who are dealing with anxiety, dealing with depression, need somebody to cheer them up. Let me know if you have anybody in your life that just needs to pick me up. I have 5-minute videos, 3-minute videos, 1-minute videos of me just saying, you know what? You can do it. Just keep going. You're special. You're amazing. God loves you. Ain't no ceiling. There's no limit, not even the sky. All right. So I say things like that to help people, and I speak life into the life of other people and help them really rise up and be who they need to be for this world. I also have done staff developments for teachers. I've done library events, and I've also spoken at churches. So that first book really got me confidence. Like, that wasn't even really a money maker, it was a confidence maker. And so I just want to keep encouraging you with that first book, get the confidence up, get your numbers up, and that's going to cause you to interact with more people and make more sales. All right, so what do I do? So who am I? What do I do? Why do you care? That's kind of the elevator speech that I'm giving. I'm an author, coach, mentor, speaker, teacher, YouTuber. I've self-published 5 books on my own. In January of this year, I founded my own company, which is LTCES. LT is for Latasha, Coaching and Educational Services. February, I started doing staff developments for teachers, but then, we ended up with this global crisis, so that kind of shut that down. So then in April, I launched my coaching business where I get to coach people on how to create their own books. And then in May, I started with 3 online courses. And in July, I ended up constantly creating. I'm a creator. Dr. Meekins calls me a God. He says, hello, God, creator. And it's kind of amazing to think of ourselves that way, because God made us, he created us, and he created us to create other things. And he created us to imagine and explore and live abundantly. And so I've really taught myself to live in that and to really internalize what that means. And so when you really internalize the fact that you were created by God and God is in you, you start to realize that you can create, and then you want to create and you keep creating, and it's just amazing. So January 2021, I'm launching a podcast. I don't have a name yet. It's an idea. So let me know if you are interested, because I'm going to be looking for people to interview on my podcast. That's what's coming up in January 2021, just to give you guys a heads up. Okay, so this is my online school. If you're interested, you can enroll for free, and you can take a look. There's a couple classes that are free, and there's a couple classes that are really cheap. And then there are some that are really expensive, just depending on the type of coaching that you need. So if you literally go on your phone and type in selfawarenessacademy.teachable.com courses, you will see Self-Awareness Academy. I actually changed it to Self-Awareness University because now I have so many courses. These are some of my clients and students, and they have created books. You see Kelvin on there smiling. He was a first graduate. He was in the July 1st cohort, and I think he's going to do an elevator speech tonight. Who else is in the building? I think Stephanie King is in the building. Oh, no, I'm not sure, maybe. But they may be coming in later. And so you'll see them. These are my people, my ride or die folks, my day one people that have been there with me from the beginning, and they give me feedback and help me make my courses better. They're always giving me feedback on what I could do. And so I appreciate that. Okay, so these are the questions that I ask. If you have a business, or if you have a hobby that you want to turn into a business, you need to practice your elevator speech right now. Like, every time you get in front of people, you need to tell people who you are, what you do, and why they care. Once you get this elevator speech down, you will get more clients, more customers, more money, and you will be much more happy. Because when you show up like you're supposed to show up and you make a difference in the world, you become excited and you become confident. So we got somebody coming into the building. That is what I require for my elevator speech. So who are you? What do you do? And why do customers care? You're going to practice that in your mind. And then after Jeremiah is done with his presentation, then I'm going to have you guys, whoever steps up, practice your elevator speech, and then we'll do the Q&A. All right, so are we ready for our guest speaker? Give me a heck yeah, or something. Give me a holla, something in the chat. Let me see what's going on. Oh, the chat is blowing up. Oh, yes, that's what's up. Okay, Zane is my guest from China. Dolores says, I've been in about 8 Zoom meetings this week. Very tired tonight. Will not talk long. Okay, yeah, I get it. Diego says, con gusto. And I'm not sure what con gusto, maybe that means with like, I like. Kelvin, branding information. Okay, good. So I'll make sure I get that information to you. I just created something yesterday on that topic. Yay. Jeremiah says, wow. Stephanie Thomas says, I love my Sunday videos. Yes. Kelvin says, in the creator's image and likeness is perpetual power. Absolutely. Dr. Meekin says, indeed, I greet everyone as God. Yes, from God, of God, is God. Kelvin, heck yeah. Galaxy S8 says, let's get it. Dolores says, waiting to listen to your guest speaker. Absolutely. Okay, boom. All right, let's go ahead and welcome Jeremiah Fullerton into the building. I'm gonna shut down my sharing and he's gonna share his screen and we about to get lit up in here. There he is with his book. What?
Hey everybody, thank you guys so much for showing up, turning out and turning up and just joining the meeting, man. I'm so excited to be a part of LT's group today. It's just, she's so motivating. She's one of the people that motivated me to go into my second book, which is my Spanish version of my book. I'm gonna go ahead and go straight to my, my PowerPoint. So I'm gonna hit my share screen button. And I'm going to share with you guys. All right, so right here I showed you guys my book, but let me pull up the screen. Give me 1 second to pull the screen up. I'm still a little new to Zoom myself, but I host a lot of meetings on here. Can everybody see my screen?
I can.
Okay, great. Let me close this iTunes thing out because we don't need iTunes right now. All right, so I'm gonna go straight to my presentation and just kind of give you guys the 411 on me. Okay, so who am I? My name is Jeremiah Fullerton. I'm a teacher. I went abroad my senior year of college back in 2010. I went to Spain. I did a study abroad in Spain. I had a really amazing Spanish teacher. I took Spanish all through high school and all through college. And originally I was born in Houston, moved to Mississippi. After graduating, graduating from Ole Miss, I went abroad. I studied abroad. I did a year abroad. I did a little bit of work abroad. So I'm a teacher, number one. When I went abroad, I saw this incredible need for ESL teachers. So I went ahead and got certified in teaching English as a second language. My major was paralegal studies and Spanish. I double majored. And so I became a Spanish teacher when I made my way back to stateside. So I taught at a little high school here, and I still teach Spanish. So LT asked us what con gusto means. It means like with pleasure. So it's a pleasure to be here. So that's just kind of a little taste, guys. After teaching for a while, a lot of people were asking me, how did you go abroad? How did you work abroad? How did you study abroad? So I wrote a book. I put the book together. It was on my heart. I was passionate about talking about it. Everybody wanted to know about it. So I wrote something that I was passionate about, and I created Working and Studying Abroad. I said, let me help these people out that want to go abroad, that want to do work abroad, that want to study abroad. So I'm going to create a book And from that book, it opened up so many opportunities. It opened up the whole world. So being a teacher led me to being an author. And I want to let some of you guys know that aren't teachers in here. I know we have a couple of teachers in here, but some of you guys that are not teachers, anyone can write. You don't have to be a teacher to write. Anyone that has a passion. And I'm going to get into that because I think that's important. I'm an entrepreneur. After you become an author, you immediately become an entrepreneur because you're either gonna be all in and try to get your books going, get your books out to people, sell them, sell, or it's just something that you want to fulfill in your life. For me, it was both. I wanted to fulfill it. I also wanted to make some money, a little bit of money on the side, and that's what I'm here to encourage you guys to do. I have services that will help you guys do some incredible things with your books, okay? So my Spanish version of the book is called Trabajando y Estudiando en el Extranjero, and it's the same as working and studying abroad. It's just the Spanish version of it. And I got that kind of when I was thinking about some of the things LT was talking about, and I just came out, so like, I'm gonna come out with a Spanish version of my book. I'm gonna write it myself. I'm gonna get my my team to kind of proofread my work, just for mistakes, and yeah. So that's how I came out of it. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about what is working and what is studying abroad. Working and studying abroad is two different categories. So I break it down to you in my book. You can study abroad through a language institute. You can apply to a university abroad and study. You can apply through your local university to study abroad. The cheapest way to study abroad, if you want to save the most money, would be to find a language institute, and you'll pay a quarter of what you would pay through a university abroad. So that's just some food for thought for those of you who have kids, or those of you who have college students that are ready to go abroad, or if you have interest in doing something in educational wise, that's one thing. Now let's talk about working, because that's the big one right here. This is what people want to know. How can I work abroad? What can I do? Okay, in order to do that, and I cover these topics in my book. So if you guys want to know more, I have a book on it. I'm teaching a course on it through Teachable. It's coming up real soon. I'm about to introduce y'all to that. The course is called Foundations of Working and Studying Abroad. And then, so here's the thing. You apply online first. You write to the company or the institution that you want to work for. If for example, if you're working for some type of company like Excel or Microsoft, if you're working for Microsoft in your country and you want to go abroad, then you would just send an application in to that country and apply. And then if you're interested in more of this, just come to my website. I'm going to put my website up. You guys can go to my website and ask me questions through the chat box. You'll have to hit the quote me, send me a quote, and you guys can send me messages and questions. So you're going to read my book if you want to know more about working abroad. You want to reach out to organizations. Those of you that are churchgoers, you can reach out to church organizations in other countries. They will reach out back to you. They will help you. I know I had a lot of help when I went to, after I left Spain and I went to Germany to teach. I had a whole lot of help from church organizations there. I mean, they rolled out the red carpet. They said, we've got a place for you, Mr. Fullerton, Jeremiah. We have a place for you in our home. We're going to open up the doors to you. We're going to let you experience this life while you're going through your visa process. So you want to reach out to those organizations. Contact a friend that's done something like that. Contact an international friend if you're interested in it. Reach out to your family members that have done things globally, and do your research. That's my biggest thing. That's to kind of help you remove that fear factor of going abroad. Do a lot of research. And I wrote this book so that if you ever want to go abroad, work or study, you have a guide. When I was an undergrad in 2010, I said to myself, oh my God, there's no book resources that I can pull from. I saw blogs of people doing study abroad and working abroad, but there's no book resource of a person's experience. So that's the reason I created my book, to kind of give you guys the experience. All right, so it's COVID time. It's COVID time. We postponed our vacation for a minute. What? Yeah, we have. And we've done it because we want to be safe. We want to protect ourselves, and you have to be safe. But after this, after we get another chance, after this time is kind of passed for us, because this we'll move to a point where we can travel again internationally. I just want to tell you guys some things about these places. So these are some places that I've worked in and I've studied in and I've lived in. So we've got Spain. That's where I did my study abroad. I did my university studies in literature. I studied Cervantes, um, contemporary post literature, Spanish literature, and that's how I got into writing Spanish. That's how I got into to speaking it. Then I went during the economic crisis. I went to Germany because I wanted to teach, but there weren't a lot of positions in Spain because of the economic crisis. So I went. I had a little bit of German, so I went to Germany, and it was just 1 hour by flight away. So I flew over, and I loved it, and I got a job there. I applied for a school, and I'm going to show you guys how you can do stuff like that. And I got accepted right away. It only took me 2 weeks to get my visa process. So I talk about how you can get a visa if you want to go abroad. Morocco is beautiful. It still is beautiful. It's the northwestern part of Africa. So it is Africa, but it's more of an Arabic part of Africa. Some of you have heard of the Moors. So the Moors, they came from Africa, but a lot of them came through Morocco, and they crossed the channel to go over into Spain, to bring that culture, to bring religion, to bring faith. All right, and then I went to Ukraine. I took the trip to Ukraine 2018, and then South Africa, which is beautiful. It kind of reminds me of Florida a little bit. All right, so let's talk about. I talked about kind of that's important. The rest of that, you guys can just jump in my book, and it'll explain everything. And I have social media links in my book that you can use to connect with me on social media. So let's take a look at writing. So the journey of writing, I really want to talk about this. Anyone, if you feel like that you're a writer, you probably are. You want to find things, if you're first time writers, because there's some first time writers in here, find things that you are passionate about and just start writing. Here's a few things that I was passionate about. Music, I played the saxophone in school. I played a little bit when I was in college. My cousin is a crazy saxophone player, and a lot of people get me confused with my cousin. He plays in Chicago, and he goes around. And sometimes when they see him play, and I post pictures of him, they think that he's me. That this is me. This is me, but he looks just like me. So a lot of people confuse us. They think that I'm him when I pull my saxophone out. But I'm not at the level that he is, because he plays every single Sunday. So languages, things that travel. You can write things about travel. You write things about shopping, planning, your gifts, things that you're good at. Anything that you feel passionate about, there's a story for you to tell from that. And I think you guys will be able to share that. Just kind of look within. Now let's talk about sales. Let's talk about making money with your books. So the last video webinar, I saw LT share some of her sales. So I said, okay, I'm going to show a little bit. I'm not going to give you the whole enchilada, but I'm going to show you a little bit of what I made. Let's talk about sales and marketing. Okay, so everybody has their own strategy. So when you become a writer, you need to be thinking about, okay, how am I going to promote my book when it comes out? Because in LT's last video, I remember she said, they're just not going to walk off and jump on the shelves themselves. They're not just going to, they're not just going to, your books are not just going to promote themselves. You got to promote the books yourself. But I want you guys to know there are free marketing tools to help you sell your books. All of these sales that you guys see on here comes from free marketing in my first quarter, in my first sales quarter. This was all free. I did not pay a dime. I did not pay a dime for these kind of sales. And so you're saying, okay, how did he do that? So here's how you do it. You've got to reach out and you create your social media account. So I did it through social media. And I stayed on top of it. I stayed on top of it every single day. And you can see some of these purchases were daily purchases. Some of these, and this all came from Facebook posts. This came from Instagram posts. This came from groups that I joined on Facebook. That's where these sales came from. They didn't come from me I didn't cold call anyone. I sent the messages out. The most I probably did was went into digital messenger and probably message a few people and say, hey, I got this book out. You know, I told you about it. As soon as you write your book, as soon as you have the idea and you start getting to that last quarter of your book, you need to start telling people about it right away and just get that word out. And then you never stop promoting your books. You're always promoting your books every day, any moment. It's your resume. Basically, it's a resume for opportunity for you. Use that book to create opportunities for yourself. All right, so that's my early book say. How do we make money from our books? Okay, so on the right, look over here on the right side, we got Twitter. You can use Twitter. You can promote it on Twitter. You can leave a tweet every day. You can monetize your tweets. You can put it on Facebook. You can post on Facebook every day. You can post on Pinterest. You create a YouTube video. Social media is dominating digital marketing. So if you want to make money, you need to tap into that free media, that free social media. Be consistent. I'm telling you guys, in order to get those sales, in order to get this, you need to be consistent. You need to be consistent. You need to be persistent. Contact your leads. So if you've made a list of people that you think, make a list of people you think that you know going to buy your book. Your sister might buy your book. Your cousin definitely going to buy your book. Those are what we call warm sales. And then the people at your work, those are warm and hot sales. And the people outside of that sphere are people that are your cold sales. So those are the people you're going to try to reach out to through social media, through advertising, and through free advertising. Stay positive. You're not gonna make probably $1,000 in one day, probably on your first day. You have to stay positive every single day. Make a list of your leads. Leads can be family, friends, coworkers. Advertise daily if you can, if you're able to. Give an offer. Have an offer. Okay, if you buy this from my website, I'm going to give you this. Okay, have a book signing offer. Create an event. I created a Facebook page just for my book, and I got 100 people within 2 months. I got 100 people to join that Facebook page just for the book. Give out free copies. Give out coupons. Give out things to kind of help boost it. You know, give out things that if you give out free copies to people and in return you ask them to kind of tell people about your book, that's a great way for you to kind of promote your book. So those are a few things to help you guys with your sales. And if you guys have any feedback about that. Okay, overcoming your fear of writing. All right, so I'm going to drop this little Spanish quote on you. It's todo lo que una persona puede imaginar, otros pueden hacerlo realidad. This is Julio Vierno. I quoted him in my Spanish version of the book. It means that everyone can imagine, but others are the ones that do. So they actually, there's people that can imagine. Everyone can imagine, but then you have the ones that actually do the reality. They are realists. Like they go out and they do. There's a difference between imagining that vision, though. It gives you what you need to go out there and do it. So instead of just staying in that dream, make it a reality. So that's what Julio's telling us. Look at the dream and make it a reality. Okay, don't be afraid to make mistakes. There's different types of writing. One type of writing is you're writing very transparently. You're thinking about things as they come along. This type of writing is the type of writing that we're taught at the college level, and we're taught in the later part of high school, free writing. I like to call it. That could be your ticket to writing your book. Just not refraining your thoughts, not thinking too hard about it, just free flowing and writing things that come to you naturally. Okay, so don't be afraid to make mistakes. You'll be able to go back and clean things up later. Okay, if you make those mistakes, those grammar, punctuation mistakes, don't worry about that in your free writing process. I tell this when I was teaching a college course on writing. I tell my students to just jump right in, make mistakes, get messy, get messy, and you'll go back and clean it up. Okay, you'll have a second draft, you'll have a third draft. I've had 10 drafts, and that's just a refinement of my writing. Okay, so let me tell you about what the services that I offer. I'm summing it up. LT, let me know if I'm going over. Let me know if I'm going over my
You're
time.
absolutely perfect.
Okay, thank you. The services that we offer on my website for my business, I run a company called Fullerton Global Books. And basically the main thing that we do, we help people with book covers. So that's something as new writers you're going to learn about, constructing a book cover. Or if you feel like you don't have that in you to make one, I have a team of people that are ready to help you with that. We also offer you translations. I mean, I want you guys to triple your profits, break into the Spanish speaking community with that Spanish version of the book. We offer Spanish translations for your book. And when you translate your book, you're creating actually a second ISBN number. You're creating a second ISBN number. So under that standard, under the book selling standard, that's a completely different. Ingram Spark recognizes that as a second book. So it's like you have a second book. So if you wrote your book and you got 10 of them like LT does, you could turn them into 30 books. You just need to get them translated, and that's your passive income for life. I heard her talking about legacy. That's your legacy. But you're sharing it in Spanish. So we have Spanish available, Russian available, Chinese available. Zane is one of my friends in here that's on the Chinese team. And Zane, don't get mad when I show this picture of you. Zane, he's in a completely different time zone, so I didn't have time to show him that picture. More languages on the way. I've got more languages on the way. I've traveled. I know people all over the world from colleges and universities. They're ready. They're hungry. They're ready to change your book and to duplicate and triplicate your book into more profit. I have translators. They're dedicated. And that's what you want. Here's my translating team. These are 3 people. I have a team of 10 people on my team, on my entire team. So we've got we have my Russian translator, Dima. He will translate your book into Russian so you can hit it in the Russian speaking markets. We have Rico. He's one of my 3 Spanish translators. I have a small team of Spanish translators. They're ready. They're sitting there. They're hungry. They're ready to translate your book. I've also got my man Zane in here. He's in the room. This is Zane. Sorry, Zane. I don't know if I asked him for this picture, but Zane's a really good guy. He's a great guy. He was one of my students. He was one of my English students, one of my friends from China, from Ningbo, China. And he's on my translating team. So that's pretty much. Oh yeah, we also offer book cover design services. So these are a few books from my team, a few book covers from my team. So if you guys are interested in book cover designs, we can offer you guys an unlimited resources. And if you see something on here that you like, just message me on fullertonglobalbooks.com. We can tailor these books to your needs. We can put your pictures in them. We can take your picture and my team is so flexible. I have a team of 10 people that will get on here. They have a very great creative imagination. They will format these book covers for you with your pictures, with whatever you want to put in it. There are no limits to what my team is willing to do to make these book covers your book covers. Okay, so reach out to me, because the book cover market can get a little expensive, but we're willing to make deals for you. You can buy you could get a 2-for-1 deal, just reach out to me because this is one of the most important things authors always think about. How do I want my book? So if you decide you want to use my service, I'll put you together with one of my team members. They'll ask you, okay, what's your book about? Okay. How do you envision your book? And if you don't, we'll give you some models that you can look at. And you may say, well, I just want to change this. I want to put my picture here. I want to take this out. They're okay with you doing that, okay? Because I've trained them to kind of respond to you guys. So how do I get started? FullertonBooks.com. You got questions? I've got answers. We got answers. If we don't have it, we can get it. If we don't have it for you, we're going to try to get it for you. So if you want to put it in French and I don't have a French translator, trust me, I'm going to be calling my friends up in Versailles. And I'm going to be calling my friends up in Versailles to kind of get this going. So that's pretty much it, LT.
Okay, we have a lot of questions in the chat. I'm gonna go ahead and let you look at the chat while I'm getting these elevator speeches out the way. Each person that does an elevator speech, please give me 30 to 45 seconds. Who are you? What do you do? And why do customers care? So now if you have an elevator speech, go ahead and turn on your camera, turn on your sound so we can see you and hear you. Let's talk about what you guys are offering, and then we're gonna do question and answer. I saw a question about Pinterest, and here's a comment from Dolores. She says, great presentations. Thanks for sharing all that good information. All right, so I'm gonna go to, who's got an elevator speech? Yes.
Hello, my name is Stephanie Thomas. I am the owner of The Right Coaching LLC, and I help people build bridges with words. So what that means is that I help beginner writers write their book. I help writers who already have written a book edit their book. And I also provide ghostwriting services, which also includes resumes and, of course, manuscripts and academic papers.
Woo! She deserves a round of applause for stepping up and going first. That's what I'm talking about. KB in the place to be. Woo, we ready for you, KB.
This is Kelvin Bell, but my friends call me KB. I call you all friends. I am also a preacher's kid, PK, but now I am a prosperous king. And my mission on earth is to provide hope in hopeless situations. And becoming a self-published author, my first manual that provides hope and healing is called Eden Centricity, an inside-out journey. And through it, you'll get another appreciation for the Creator God. And once you get appreciation or understand who He really is, you begin to know who you are, being created in His image and in His likeness. And once you get a better God-centric self-esteem situation going on, you'll be able to interrelate special. And I am here to provide, again, hope and healing in all hopeless situations.
Woo! Round of applause. Can you guys see the image that I just put up in front of you? Are you able to see it?
Yes.
Can you guys see the Eden centricity? No? Okay. Well, I made his book cover my actual image for my picture because I'm helping him promote his book. Eden centricity is going back to the basics, appreciating who you are from the creator's perspective. And so it's a reminder that you are a divine being. You have divinity in you. And so go ahead and behave accordingly because it's okay. Is Dr. Meekin still in the building? I think he had to go. Anybody else have an elevator speech real quick right before we get to the questions for Jeremiah? Anybody have a business, side business that they want to be a business, a hustle, a hobby, unique customers? This is your opportunity. Oh, we have a raised hand from Zane from China. Show us who you are.
Hello? Hello?
Yes, we can hear you. We can't see you though.
Can I don't want to open my camera. I just, you know, should I?
No problem.
Because I didn't wash my hair. I mean, I just woke up, and today is Sunday, but I'm working. Today is Sunday. I'm working. A few days ago, I went back to my college, asked for a suspension of college, so I can continue my job. What is elevate speech? What is it?
It's who are you, what do you do, and why do your customers care? It's your invitation for customers to get to know who you are.
My customers, they're foreigners. My name's Dame, and my Chinese name's Zhen Bufan, and you guys can call me Bufan. You know, I'm from China, and my customer, I'm doing plastic business. Our customers send join, CAD, join, or 3D data to us, and we will make a mold for them, and then we start to make products or thousands and so on. I mean, child business. I'm doing child business, child plastic. So.
Did you say plastics?
Yeah, plastics.
Okay.
Vacuum forming and injection.
Okay.
Do you guys know injection products?
We're not clear.
Chat.
We're not clear, but you can you could type it in the chat.
Okay.
That way we could read it.
Okay.
Oh, vacuum forming service. And okay. Do you have a book?
Book? Sorry, I don't have a book.
That's okay. Do you have the desire to create a book in the future?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
What's your passion?
Okay. Passion.
What gets you excited? I know I put you on the spot. I'm sorry, but I just want to know, like, woo! What makes you happy?
Money makes me happy.
Money. Oh.
Yeah, because recently I'm not in a very good situation. My college, my girlfriend, and my job, is almost a mess. Very tired.
Okay, we're gonna help you get some money, okay, Zane?
Yeah, Zane, we're gonna help you out, man. You're gonna be working on my team doing.
Thank you, Jerry. Thank you, my dear friend.
You're gonna be doing the translations on my team in Chinese, so you're gonna be getting.
Jerry, I love you.
Yeah,
thanks,
we have a lot of work for you.
Shit.
Yes, I know that word.
At least thank you in Chinese.
How do you say welcome?
不客气.
不客气?
别客气.
Okay, it sounds like somebody said we're gonna cut you.
不客气.
不客气. We're gonna work on that.
Bukache.
Bukache.
Yeah,
Okay,
you should practice more so you can
I know.
be more fluent.
I know.
It's
I need
very
to
easy.
practice. Well, thank you, Zane, for sharing your elevator speech. I appreciate that.
Thanks, Zane.
Yeah, yeah.
Anybody else? Marco, Diego, Cesar, and then Galaxy. Who's Galaxy S8?
Hi there. Hi, LT.
That's LT from LA.
How are you?
Good, I'm glad to see you.
Good to be seen. Hello, everyone. My name is Latondra Williams, also known as LT. I am actually in financial services, teaching people the fundamentals of wealth, how to build strong, enduring businesses that can provide a great quality of life. My customers are individuals who want to do more with themselves because you don't know what you don't know. So therefore, I'm here to show, teach, and educate anyone who is in need of any financial services. And that's my elevator speech.
Y'all got two LTs up in this building.
I love it. I love it. Everyone's
got
been
the-
wonderful.
Yeah, the money lady and the book lady.
There we go. There we go. So just say LT. Either way, you still win.
I'm gonna show you how to get the book done. She gonna show you what to spend the money on when you get the book done.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you for having me, LT. This has been wonderful.
Thank you for coming. All right, let's get to these Q&A with Jeremiah. Jeremiah, did you see the question about Pinterest from Kelvin?
Yes, I have used Pinterest. Now, Pinterest is monetized. And so what you're going to do on Pinterest is you're going to select the product. You're going to introduce a picture. You're going to introduce the product. And there's a button in the settings where you can monetize it. Now, you can monetize it each day as low as $1 per day. With your monetizing, you can track this through your phone. And the way that digital monetization go on Pinterest is you watch and see how many people have engaged with your, they're charging you by the day, but at the same time, they're kind of taking cents away per click in a sense. And so you get like a metric. It gives you a metric, and the metric is it's more like a STEM bar type of metric, where it shows you how many people have viewed, how many people have interacted with your product. And this is the future of digital marketing. The cutting edge on technology for marketing your products online is going to utilize what we call artificial intelligence. And this is where computers are going to basically be able to take your ad and place them where people are interested in that particular subject. So I've actually used it, and it can help, and you can track the engagement. You can't track necessarily the amount of sales as of now, as of last early this spring, but I made some updates. But
We're losing your audio.
so yeah. Oh, sorry, my connection.
Now we got
so
you.
basically, to answer your question, that's how you do it. You basically have to go into the settings on Pinterest and choose the monetize option. So there's a monetize option on every single social media platform: Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. So you can monetize your advertisements through any of those social media platforms. TikTok is the hottest thing on the block now. So you want to go, you can probably purchase for $1 a day. So, hey, if you guys are interested in that, join me on Fullerton Global Books, and I can get you some more details on that.
There's another question. It says from Kelvin, where was your most challenging place to work / teach? And where was your most delightful place to work / teach? So
you might not like when I'm going to say this, LT. The the most challenging was teaching high school students. That was in America.
I hear you.
That's the most challenging. That was the most. I was teaching high school Spanish at a freshman academy. We call it the freshman academy here, and that was the hardest teaching job I ever had. The jobs abroad were so flexible, and you are revered abroad as a teacher. If you go to other countries, I know if you teach in the Middle East, like they treat you like a king. Like they just like teacher. So you get like this natural respect. And then in Germany, when I taught in Germany, let me tell you about Germany. German's school system is so efficient that when you get into a classroom, everything's already done for you. You don't even have to really create lesson plans like you would here, because a lot of the schools have a pre-made curriculum and lesson plan curriculum. Now you can tailor those and model those to your teaching style, but everything, the technology is already there. You don't have to do a lot of stuff. I taught online before all of these little English schools started popping up, Dada English, VIP Kid. I was already on the digital platforms teaching in Germany because they were already ahead of everybody else in terms of like technology teaching. We're just now jumping on it because of COVID. So we're doing everything digital now. They were already doing what we're doing now 6 years ago. So I'm just saying, but high school here in America was the most challenging. I'm in America now, so.
Wow. Well, I'm going to Germany now.
Okay, I know a company that will take you in a minute. I know a school that will take, with your qualifications, LT, with your qualifications, they will roll out the red carpet for you. And I know exactly who to talk to. So
I got to get my passport first.
you just let me know when you're ready to pack your bags, and I will make one.
LT, we can go together, okay? Let's do it. Let's do
let
it.
me know.
Woo!
But
Okay.
in my book, I leave you a step-by-step guide on how to make those types of transitions. But of course, you always can talk to me.
I'll get the book because I need to read it anyway to see it. Okay. Let's see. There's maybe 2 more questions. All right, Kelvin says, Kelvin wrote a 5-paragraph essay. He said, he said, my resume for opportunities is what I'm promoting. What does posting on Pinterest look like? Okay, we answered that. He says, imagine and do, exclamation, exclamation, exclamation. Then Kelvin said, does KDP translate our books from English to whatever language we want?
So my answer to that is I don't know anything of that, and I don't know how accurate their translators are. Like I'm certified to be a translator. There are some translating services that don't have certified translators. There are some technologies that aren't fully capable of giving accurate translations. So how good those translations, that's almost like saying, I'm going to go to KDP for a book cover. And we know how KDP book covers look. They don't look that great. If you go to a website like 99 Things, you'll see some like high quality book covers. Or you go to Fullerton Global Books, we have a variety of book covers. So it's like you KDP is good for publishing, but KDP isn't good for everything. Like, and their tools aren't the best quality of tools, and it's just like taking your book to Google Translate. Google Translate is going to translate some things, but it's not going to be 100% accurate as someone that would be advanced speaker or native speaker. Because if you use a Google Translate, like some of my students do in the freshman academy, I can tell who uses a translator because I can see how they try to translate expressions that will not translate from English to Spanish. And so you have to kind of be very creative with that. And you have to be very aware of what type of quality that you're getting when you use a service or you use like a machine to translate your stuff. So there's accuracy, pinpoint accuracy. And I let my native speaking friends proofread my work. So if I make a mistake, it's just like in English. When I write something in English, I have 3 proofreaders. If I see something and she finds it, I can correct it. So it's the same in Spanish. If I write something in Spanish, I give it to my friend from Argentina, and he looks it over. I give it to my friend from Costa Rica, and they'll look it over. It's like having a second pair of eyes. And I don't think KDP has that yet. They have something, but it's not, the quality of it isn't where it needs to be. So you really want to focus on quality with your writing, because think about it. These are your words, and you want your words to be translated accurately. You don't want a machine that may chop up your words, may chop up your ideas.
Good question, good answer. KDP, I've seen them offer editing services. I haven't seen an offer for translation services, but what I've heard that they do is contract out anyway. So they would hire someone on the side who's doing this like as a side hustle. So for me, if you're gonna get an editor or a translator, you might as well go with people that are professionals. And Miss Stephanie Thomas is a professional. She's got the Right Coaching LLC for editing and stuff like that. And then Fullerton Global, now we know, translations and book covers. So see, there's Miss Thomas. She's your editor, English, and then Spanish translation, book cover. So go with the professionals that know what they're doing versus hiring somebody online. You don't really know what you're getting.
Okay, Stephanie, put your information in the chat for me, please.
All right, let's take a photo, you guys. That's it for the questions. I want to show you my Facebook group real quick. So you guys, if you want to join my Facebook group, it's free. There's authors in there, and we're doing this. We're having this type of conversation. They're asking, hey, do you know anybody who da, 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 da? It's happening in the Facebook group. So I'm gonna share that real quick, and then we're gonna take a picture and be out of here, because I know y'all got dates. Y'all got dates on a Friday night, don't you? Who's going out on a date? Anybody? No date nights? Boom.
I think everybody's busy trying to make their dollar.
I heard that. Chasing that bag. Can you guys see my screen?
Yes.
Yeah, we can see it.
So this is on Facebook. It's called 2020 Self-Publishing for Busy People. So these are movers and shakers. Some of these people are self-published authors. Some of them are traditionally published authors. Right now I have 37. And these are good quality people that I have conversations with. I've already posted a couple of pictures from tonight. They're not in here yet though, but they're gonna be in here because I'm pretty quick on, if I find a video that's helpful, if I have a guest speaker like Jeremiah, I'm putting information in here. We're taking pictures, we're having fun. This is like a club, a support group, because being self-published, you really need support. And I haven't really seen too many groups that offer the type of support that we have in here. So if you are an aspiring author, join my group. It's free, it's a public group. Come on in. If you need a course, definitely hit me up and sign up for one of my courses. Enrollment is free. And I have 10 different courses depending on what you need. If you guys want a free ebook, you go to my website, you can download a free ebook tonight. I have a little space that says free stuff. I have something for teachers, free resource, Google Docs, so you can understand how to teach kids Google Docs, go there. If you're a procrastinator and you just keep procrastinating on stuff, you can't get stuff done, you need to click on this one to download this book called Wasted. It's like wasted time. And I'm on Instagram. There we go. And Mr. Jeremy, how do we get a hold of you, Jeremiah, on social media?
Yeah, you guys can look me up on social media. If you type in my book, There I am right there. If you type in my book or you type in my name, it'll both pop up on social media right away. So if you type in working and studying abroad, I have a page. It'll pop, my name will pop up. If you type my name into Google, like it's seen right here, I'll pop up at the top of the SEO search engine, and you guys will see me. If see, she's typing my name, and once she types my name in, I'm at the top of the, see, there it is. I'm at the top of the search engine. So I could actually teach you guys how to do that, how to create SEOs. SEOs is a science. But it's not a complicated science. It's a science to make your stuff show up when people search in the search engine. So I'm a public figure. You can look inside my book. I have the Look Inside program from English and Spanish. So if you want to, for my Españoles aquí, if you want to look inside of my book, you can go in and take a look. I've got the table of contents right there. I got a nice little preface in there. And oh, I forgot to mention, LT, you guys, when you're doing your pricing, price what you know your material is worth. Know your worth. And so when you do your pricing, think about your worth. If you price things too low, people may think, oh my God, maybe this isn't that great. If you price things too high, then maybe people will think, oh. So now on Kindle Unlimited, it's $7.99 for the e-reader. But if you sign up for Kindle Unlimited, I still get paid. It says $0 there, but I still get paid by every page that you click on. Once you look at it on your Kindle Unlimited. So the paper version of this book will be available for you guys, Spanish speakers, in another week. The paper version, this is the Kindle version, but the paper version will be ready. Paperback and book will be available next week. So it's a newly released, Trabajando y Estudiando is a very new released book. So I encourage you guys to look inside program, sign up for the Look Inside program, get your books out there. I think they all now come with Look Inside program. You guys can get out there. So I'm a teacher, author, and you guys got any questions, you just let me know.
Boom, that concludes our Friday night webinar series. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm gonna go ahead and press the stop button. We're gonna stop recording. And if anybody wants to stick around, I will stick around for the after party. But when we take our picture, you guys are free to go on about your evening. I wanna take a picture if you guys don't mind putting your cameras on. Show your beautiful face, your pearly white teeth. Yay, Cesar, welcome back. Diego, come on, Diego. Marco, Zane, Dolores. Dolores said, great presentation. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Hey, Marco.
Ready? Okay, we're going to take a picture.
Thank you for everything. It was a good experience. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Have a good weekend.
Thanks, man.
All right, quick picture. If I can see. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Boom. All right, that's our photo. Have a good night, guys. If you want to stay, I'm going to be on for a few more minutes if you want to stay. Bye. Zane says, sorry, guys, I got to go now. I have some work to do. Okay, bye-bye.
See you later, buddy.
Thank you.
Thank you so
Thanks,
much
Zane, for showing up.
everybody.
Thanks, Diego, for coming out.
Thank you, my friend.
Yay. How awesome. Bye-bye. Have a nice day, Zane. Oh, you know what? I forgot. I can't stop recording until the whole thing is over. So we're still recording.
Thank you. See y'all later.
Thank you for sharing.
Bye, Stephanie. Thanks for coming, Cesar.
Bye. Bye. Thank you for sharing your experience. Bye.
Yeah, anytime.
Pretty amazing, right?
Yeah, it was awesome, LT, just getting out there and putting everything out there and experience and listening to other people's experiences. It's kind of like a motivation building
Yes.
to encourage me and encourage other authors. And I loved it. I want to do it again one day.
Yes, yes. We do this every Friday night. So next Friday, I think I have someone I'm interviewing this week, but the Friday after, you're welcome. Come anytime as a guest, as a speaker. Come as a guest and turn into a speaker.
Yeah. What did you think about that presentation that I gave? Was it?
That was awesome.
Oh, good.
Yes.
Good, I'm glad.
I took video clips.
Okay, that's
And
fine.
I'm posting the video clips on Instagram and on Facebook,
Oh,
so
great.
people can be like, oh, I missed it. What was that?
Yeah. Yeah. I always like seeing a follow-up of something that I missed, like the meeting that I missed from your show last week. I went back and watched it, so I was able to kind of catch myself up with what happened. And you had a really good speaker on there on that one too. He had a good presentation as well.
And I just saw the post that I put on Facebook. He responded to your video. He clicked it, said, great video.
Oh, thanks. Yeah,
Michael Benjamin.
Okay.
Really, really great guy. So I'm going to package this up, put it on my YouTube channel, send out a link so you can keep the replay, and you can pass it on to whoever you like. These are all going to be a part of my online course. So future students will be able to see, oh, what was the Friday night webinar about? And then eventually this is going to turn into my podcast.
Oh, that's amazing. I want to be a guest on your podcast.
Yes.
So.
Yes.
So
I think, and I'm you can kind of help me like think about the name, or because I'm kind of thinking most of my books are about self-care and like how to take care of yourself when you're exhausted. And exactly what you were saying about teaching in the public schools in the United States of America. Like I've been a classroom teacher for 17 years. I'm a soldier in the trenches.
You are. I mean, you have to be in order to survive in this field.
It's prayer. It's nothing but prayer every day.
It's like I have a lot of respect for what you do in the public school sector, because I did it, and I can tell you it was hard. It was hard work. It was not. It wasn't easy. It's not easy to be. And when you get to the point where you're ready to retire. But LT, I think because of your success, you're going to be able to retire when you get ready. You're going to be able to retire when you get ready. But I have a lot of admiration for the veterans that make it to like 30 years and 35 years. We just celebrated a teacher's retirement this past year. She left us. We got like 2 more that's getting ready to leave us real soon. So I have some mad respect. I've only been in the school systems for 10 years. And now that I'm an entrepreneur, I'm still going to teach. But I think as I get older, I'm 35. I think as I get older, I'm going to have my business moving in the background so that when I'm ready to retire, I can do it whenever I want, not on a state or district's timetable.
Yes.
If you know what I mean.
Yes. Yes, I'm praying every day for myself and for you and for all the entrepreneurs that have a dream. And I've been listening to Tyler Perry, and he's deep, man, because he made that $1 billion mark.
Oh yeah.
So he's a billionaire. So everyone wants to interview him. Like Joel Osteen interviewed him. T.I. interviewed him.
Yep.
So many people, and I've been consuming the information, and every time I hear it, it's the same story. I just get real excited because he says, stop telling people your dream, just show them.
Just do it.
He said, just do it. And he says, you're gonna fail. It's gonna be a hot mess. You're gonna mess it up. That's okay. Just keep going, keep going, keep going. He said from 93 to 98, he would do a play every year and it would fail. And he said he took all his money, $12,000 that he saved up. He put it in the bank and he said, I'm going to do this. And he went out, put everything into it, and it failed. He said, but every show, there was like 30 people, and then it got bigger, and then it got bigger. And there was always one person in the audience that said, I want to invest in you.
Wow.
And he said, right when he was about to give up, They were like, let me give you some money. How much you need? I'm gonna write you a check.
Oprah talks about her failures too, and she says something to the same extent. I've heard her talk about her failure. She said, "You've got to fail before you get to success, and you're going to, but you have to be." Basically, what I was preaching today: be persistent, be consistent, and just like what Tyler just said through you, keep going, no matter if you're down in the dirt, and a small victory is a victory.
Yeah.
And you've got to take your small victories, and you've got to take your losses, but
Yep.
it's life. It's life, and every step of the way there's going to be a challenge. No matter how big you get, there's going to be a stumble, and it's how you recover from that stumble that I think plummets you forward.
Yay.
Yeah.
All right, let's take another picture.
All right.
The winning smile is
Yeah.
boom. That's going up on social media.
Yeah, so I hope that these people reach out to me and they say, "Hey, I want to get my books translated. I want to get book covers on my books," because this was when I published my first book. That was the first challenge that I had, was trying to get the right book cover to meet what I was trying to do.
Yes.
And then when it came to translation, I wanted to translate it. I was looking for someone that did it, but I've done it before. I worked on a translator team, but I was looking for somebody else to do it, just to kind of get out. And I said, well, look, I got a degree. I studied Spanish. I went to Spain. I wrote. Why don't I just do it myself?
Just do it.
And just get a couple of proofreaders. And that's what I did. I just translated myself. And now I have a team. I have a team of people, a 10-person team that's broken up into different divisions. And I have a digital marketing manager. I have a social media manager now.
Look at you.
That's handling things for me. Well, I listened to, there's a really good speaker that I listened to, and he said, once your business starts to move, don't be afraid to hire people to help you out, because that's just going to increase your sales. And you put out what you can handle.
Yes.
And so that encouraged me to hire people to kind of help me out, because it was getting overwhelming. I had a lot of people trying to get something from me, and I just didn't have time to do it. So now
You're like I don't have my 8 arms.
So now I'm kind of paying someone to kind of help me out with, like Zane. Like he I had him as a student, and right now he was kind of struggling, and I know what kind of student he is. I know what his writing looks like. I know what his styles are. I know how what levels he can reach in his writing. So I said, I'm going to put him on my team as a writer, a Chinese writer at that. So now I can translate people's books into Chinese, and we can tap into that market over in China through TikTok or WeChat.
Okay, so I'm going to be one of y'all customers in the new year, because I just had another lady, Stephanie. She wasn't on the call tonight, but Stephanie King Mattingly, she's a voice actress. She's the voice of 2 of my audiobooks.
Oh, wow.
That's what I wanted to get done this year, was the audiobooks, because I got paperback and ebooks, but I didn't have any audiobooks. And so she is like, she did the books for me, and then she joined my online course.
Wow.
So now she's in my course, and she's working on writing her own book, but she already produced 2 audios for me. So I'm like, that
That's
opened
amazing.
up another stream of income.
Yeah, audiobooks are hot right now. That's what I'm hearing in the book world. Yes. That the digital audios are making lots and lots of money, and it's untapped. And now that you're tapping into it, like, you're gonna be one of those first few people that are like really raking in the dough. So I'm trying to get into that too. Like, I'm trying to make the time to get into audio too. I actually would love to record myself in Spanish, reading the Spanish version of that book.
That would be so cool.
I want to do that. I want to record myself in English, and I would like to record myself in Spanish doing both of them. and I'll have to get Zane to do the Chinese version if I
Yeah.
come out with a Chinese version. Yeah.
Yeah. So the podcasts, people have been telling me it's a natural progression to promote your audio because there's people that are listeners already. So if you can get the listeners to listen to you, then they know, oh, you have a book, then they want to buy the book. So I'm like, oh, okay, I never thought about that because I'm such an old school like highlighter reader, like
Yeah, me
pencil
too. I
in
do
the
it too.
page.
I
But
do it too. I do the
so many
same
people,
thing.
yeah, see, I'm like that. But
Yeah,
I'm like, wait a minute, I got to expand my mind. I got to expand my
exactly.
thinking because my customers are everywhere.
Yes.
So help me think of a podcast name because I think it's going to be for tired teachers. I think.
Okay.
Because there's so much that teachers want to say that they won't really say in the teacher's lounge, but they might say it on a podcast. So just kind of throw it out there, think
I'll
about it.
brainstorm some ideas for you
Okay.
to kind of throw out there for you. And
Okay.
I'll get with my creative team too, you know.
Yeah.
And I'll throw some ideas.
Yeah, because I don't know what people want to listen to because I'm on YouTube doing motivational stuff, but I've never done a whole show. So I'm like,
well, there's definitely like a market for teachers that want something for them out there to have a voice for themselves out there. There's definitely that market out there. And I think if we really push it out there into that market, teachers will hone in on it and they say, oh, I want to hear that. Or if they weren't able to make it to your podcast, they would listen to a recording of it and say, oh, you know what? She's right. And I totally get that because that same thing happened to me as a teacher. The exact same thing. Yeah.
okay.
So I think it's a good idea. I think it's a good idea. I think you just need to kind of come up with some different ways to say what you're saying and just kind of change it up a little bit. Just kind of switch it up. Switch up the wording a little bit.
Okay.
I think I'm gonna get in touch with my creative team and just kind of throw that out there, you know, and see what they say.
Thank you. That would be great. I'm excited. I can't wait. I'm planning for this. It's gonna be awesome.
Okay. Well, you know, it was a pleasure to get to meet you and to get to meet your guests. And where do you find these people? I was thinking like
Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram. 100% of my sales come from social media.
Yeah, that's exactly right with me too. Like I get everything through social media. I get everything through social media. And with COVID, I mean, I released my first book back in March. So that was like the height of us leaving school and going home and the height of it. Like, so yeah, I mean, I rely heavily. Now I've studied it. As you could tell, I've studied how to use digital technology. I wasn't super interested in it years ago, but now that everything's digital, I have to study the market, and it's a science now, and you know, I have to study the science of it in order to do it. Now, when you type my book name or you type my name in, I'm number one in the search, and that's just more money. That's just more money.
That's amazing. That SEO, I'm gonna be calling you about that next week because I'm like, I keep hearing that, and I'm like, well, what is that? And now I see, like, oh.
So yeah, I could do like a whole presentation just on that. SEO is search engine optimization.
Okay.
So basically, you're taking about 2 paragraphs of words, and they're just raw words. They're like think of them like your teacher. So think of them like definitions, adjectives describing a noun. Think of them like adjective, just describing your book. So you're using you're using 100 different words that describe your book, and that's going to kind of put you in an optimization. It's going to optimize your book. It's going to take your book and move it from down here all the way up, rise all the way up to the top in a search. So when somebody's searching keywords of your book and other keywords, all of those words come together, and it kind of pushes what you selling up to the top of the search. So I can make like a chart, and kind of show what it does.
Yeah.
I've studied the system, and it's like you really have to stay on top of it because it changes a lot. Like there's like always like
Oh, okay.
so the big thing right now, just think 2020, the big thing right now, just if you don't remember anything else, for 2020, the big thing in digital marketing and technology and promoting your book is think AI. Think AI. That's the future.
Artificial intelligence.
That's the future for that's what Facebook is implementing in their systems for advertising.
Wow.
That's the cutting edge. So those people that are jumping on that in 2020, this is the next step in promoting your book with technology. And so if people that are studying that related to their book promotions, they're going to be able to have kind of like a little bit of a lead
Okay.
ahead of everybody else in terms of, I actually have an expert on my team, and he does, he's a social media marketing manager. And I hired him just to keep my postings going. And he's supposed to start next week. Basically what he's going to do, he's going to be constantly posting things over and over and over and over in multiple groups. And it's just going to be just going over and over. So like, when you open up your story on Facebook, when you get to that little section where it says story, right up here, those little
Yes.
stories right there. So I have it running like almost 24 hours a day, every day. So basically, hold on. Basically, when people look on here, they're seeing my products. You've seen it. They're
Yeah.
seeing my products or whatever I'm advertising on here 24 hours a day. 24 hours a day. It's just constantly flowing. And so what I hire my manager, my marketing media manager for, is to post. There he is right there. He's a Russian person. I hire him to just, post
Okay.
over and over and over and over and over. So like, I don't have to do that. That's one of those things that you got like 50 million things to do. Like you could be recording the audio. So
Yes.
I pay him a small amount of money. They just sit up there and just click, keep posting. But now they have a program, an AI program. This is where artificial intelligence come in. Artificial intelligence is supposed to do that for you over and over in all these places. So I'm trying to figure out how it works because it's the cutting edge on advertising, and it's supposed to put you at the top of the market if you do it correctly. So I'm studying.
Hey, I'm going back to YouTube University to check that out.
Definitely check it out on YouTube. That's where I found out a lot of information about it. I'm trying to keep up with what's going on in 2020 and just jump in real quick. Because when that popped up, when the stories popped up, I was the first person on there. I was like, I jumped on it. And I said, how can I monetize this and make this like free advertisement constantly? I can just put my products on there. I can put my books on there. I can put what's going on that I want people to join on there. And you saw it. Like, it brought people into the room. All those people from those different countries, they were my friends. They're on my social media. So they saw it and they said, yeah, I'm in. They came in last minute. They said, I'm in. Let's do this. And they're learning on their English, but this is how they learn too. This is helping their learning, their listening skills.
I want more elevator speeches next time.
I do too. I gotta find my talkers and bring them to the chat room.
All right, so let's talk next week and plan another one of these webinars. This was fun. It's only the beginning of a beautiful collaboration. I
can't wait. I'm ready to get all this stuff on Teachable.
Yes.
And to get my courses going, because I've got Spanish for working adults. That's a whole class. I've got Your Own Book. That's a class. I got Working and Study Abroad. That's going to be a class. So all of those are going to be classes on my little teaching platform. Yeah.
Thursday, since you said that, Thursday, I have a accountability group that I meet with on Zoom. They're all course creators.
Oh, I would love to join that.
A few of them are authors as well. but I met them in the course. Have you heard of Course from Scratch by Danielle Leslie?
No, I'm gonna write it down though. Give me
She
one
is
second.
a guru. Her course is like $3,000.
Course from scratch.
Course from
What?
Scratch, Danielle Leslie.
That's Daniela. Okay, I got it.
So we all took her course and we met in the Facebook group that she has. We connected, we exchanged phone numbers, and we were like, hey, you got a course, I got a course. Let's help each other build our courses. Let's talk. So once a week, Thursday night at 6 California time,
Okay.
we get on Zoom and I'll send you the link. And all we do is talk about what's working, what's not working, what do you need help with?
Okay.
That SEO, that's powerful.
Okay. Well, I could put together, if you ever want me to, I can put together a presentation. It'll help me to put together a presentation.
It's open. It's anybody who has anything that they want to share. Put the slides together, throw them up, and we share, we ask questions. We talk about, like this past week, the topic was social media marketing. Social media 101. So that was this week. Next week, I'm going to share how to do an email sequence.
That's what I need to learn.
When you have a launch, like I'm in the middle of a launch right now. Have you been getting emails from me?
Yes.
So it's about to get real crazy with them emails because October 1st is the day that I'm starting my next cohort.
Okay.
So you're going to be getting 2 to 3 to 4 emails a day from me. And this is where people start to unsubscribe.
No, I'm down for it because I'll try to keep up with them. I know I get like almost like 1,000 emails.
Yes, but I'm going to teach everybody next Thursday the purpose of each email. There's a certain email you send on day 1, and it's a 10-day marketing campaign. So by the end of the 10 days, you will have your students enrolled in your course. And so I learned it from a guru that I was watching. I applied it. It works. I've been enrolling. I enrolled students on July 1st, on August 1st, September 1st, and I'm about to have a bigger launch October 1st. Every first of every month, I launch my course, and I just keep getting more and more because I'm following those steps. It's very methodical.
Okay, I would love to learn them.
Yeah, even the words you put in the email, the pictures, everything there's a way. So, all right. So mark your calendar Thursday at 6.
I will. I already have it right now.
Awesome. And you'll be getting some calls for some book covers and stuff very soon.
Oh yeah, my team is standing by. They already know what time it is. They're ready. Some of them were in here. I had a couple people in here. I was happy and excited. We have our team meeting on Sunday, so we're gonna I'm gonna tell them to watch this video. Go back and watch this video, and they can see the promos that we kind of did in the group, and they can analyze it. So.
Yeah. All right. High five.
All right. I appreciate everything. I'll see you on Thursday night at 6 Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I want to hear more about Danielle Leslie course from scratch. I want to hear a little bit more. I'm
gonna share because the Thursday night, that group, they're all on fire because we were all trained by her. Nice. Through her videos in Teachable, through all of her explanations and her worksheets, and I mean, she is detailed, like. And so we were all trained that way, so we think that way, and when we share with each other, it's very valuable.
I can't wait to learn it.
Oh yeah, it's fun. All right.
Well, all right. Have a good weekend.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye.